Hello, this is Denver McMurray, or Mr. McMurray. I'm not technically a professor. I'm an adjunct faculty, and I'm not a doctor, but just Mr. McMurray we find. Um, I've introduced myself. I've taught 32 years in high school, but now retired, and I've taught this course for about 8 years through Weatherford College. All right, and I enjoy this. I like it as a nice course. It's kind of everything, but everything is not life science, basically. I like life science too, but this one is going to be mostly about geology. Excuse me, geology, physics for the first semester. All right, and the second half, should you take it, 14, 17, will include geology, chemistry, and some of the other non-life sciences. All right, but this semester will be mostly about physics, for better or worse. Okay, so welcome to class. Basically, I'm going to talk just a little bit about how to use the website and how this class is set up. Okay. You may possibly be receiving this before class starts if I get around to emailing it, as I'd like to. But if not, you see the course. Let me just demonstrate a little bit. This is the home page. All right. We will meet once a week on Tuesday nights this semester at 6:30 to 7:45 in room, I believe it'll be 208 this semester. Second floor, one of the labs up at the Wise County building. And we will spend that time doing demos. I'll also hit some of the high points of the lecture, but most of the lecture is on videos that are on the web page. And you watch the videos, and then, like I said, in person we'll do mostly lab demos and things, and hopefully things that will help you explain and make it all make sense to you. All right, and that's kind of how the course is set up. Testing will be all online. The videos that you watch will be online. But we will meet the one time a week on Tuesday nights. Okay, so let's look at the web page real quick. Starting off, we're on the home page. This tells you if there were any announcements, they'd be up here. If there are any assignments coming up, they are over here, and there are already some that are popping up for this first week. Okay, and there is a place to click a video right here, and which is this video. All right. And so it will show you, just kind of go over this if you want to refresh your memory on how we do something. All right, we have a syllabus online. All right, this is Mr. McMurray again. I found a mistake of mine where I clicked on the syllabus and it wasn't there, but it is now. Okay, speaking of which, if you find mistakes or errors, by all means, send me an email or something that's not correct, and before I give you some extra credit for doing that, and I'll get it fixed and straightened up. Okay, but here we go. So anyhow, if you click on the syllabus, this gives you the online syllabus. It tells you what room we're meeting in. Basically, if you want to meet with me before or after class, send me emails anytime. We can do that. I don't check my email every second, but I do check it several times a day, so I will get back to you in due course. Okay. Course description, where we talked about physics, where we meet. Okay. You will need to take quizzes and exams online, and you will use the lockdown browser program, which is over here. If you click on that, it can walk you through what you need to do to take the quiz with those, and that's basically just to keep you on the one page and not being able to look at other pages on the internet while you're taking it. The textbook for this class is supplied. It comes with it from day one or whatever. It is the Physical Universe, I believe the 18th edition, and it should be part of it. In fact, if you look over here on the side, there will be a McGraw-Hill Connect button, okay? And that McGraw-Hill Connect button will get you to the textbook. Now, this is not the textbook that we originally developed the course with. This is new this year because it's compatible with online. And unfortunately, though, my material is primarily set up so you can look at the lectures and the videos of the lectures and the demos and everything, and you should have everything you need there, okay? And every book is different, so this book covers things a little differently. It has a lot more math in it and stuff like that, so we're probably not going to use it a whole lot. Certainly, by all means, feel free to look at it and so forth, but it doesn't really correlate real closely because every book is done just a little bit different, okay? This is the one that we have used in the past, but it's now out of print. It's called Conceptual Physical Science Explorations, and it is done by Hewitt Suchaki, I'm guessing, and Hewitt. The second Hewitt is the daughter of the first guy. But anyhow, if you find that you don't feel like you're getting enough from the videos, and the lectures and the demos, and you look in the chapter and it doesn't seem to, the book online, it doesn't seem to help, then I would definitely recommend getting one of these. Like I said, they're out of print, but you can usually get one online, find a used edition online, and usually at relatively cheap and reasonable prices. Okay, so just a suggestion if you feel like you need that. Okay, and that the McGraw-Hill is not helping. All right. Basically, like I said, I talked about being in attendance. Obviously, that'll help. The requirement of the course, your 4 exams, grading requirements are that 65% of your grade will come from the 4 exams. The first exam, first 4 chapters. Second exam, second 4 units. And then the last 2 exams will be over 3 units, just because we have 14, and that makes it come out evenly. Okay. So that will be 65% of your grade. The last exam, you must take it. It will count as your 4th exam grade no matter what. But if you do better on it than you did on one of the first 3, I will let you replace one of those earlier exams with that grade as well, just as an incentive to keep working hard and doing good on that last test. Okay? Then 25% of your, excuse me, 30, yeah. Sorry, 25% of your grade will be based on your labs, and 10% will come from, we have some article summaries, we have quizzes on each chapter, and a few other miscellaneous things, and that will be your daily work, which will count 10%. I just noticed that the syllabus says 35%. That should be 25%. Okay, anyhow, get that fixed. I do have notes. If you look on each thing, it will have notes, but these notes are very outlined. You have to kind of cross out all the important words, but it's kind of been redacted, I guess. But they're just there. If you look at that, and as you're taking your notes, you can kind of see if it matches up, like you're missing anything major. All right. Late work, there will be a penalty for late work, but you can turn it in. But obviously, it will be counted off for that. Okay. The class schedule for the year shows you week of these weeks. These should be, I believe, the days that we meet on for that week, and what chapter we'll be covering. And the final will be December 4th through the 7th, I believe. Okay, and here it tells you where, yes, I don't know why it says 5th through 8th up there. I have to check that. But here's the actual dates. And most tests will be, or all tests will be where you have from Monday to Thursday to take it. It's just up to you when you take it during that time. That's why there's 4 days for all those exams. There will be some summary papers. We'll talk more about the summary papers. I'll give an announcement when we get closer to them. But just for the record, they are open. You can read the articles and read the instructions and just get right on it if you feel the urge to do so. Okay, grading criteria, we already talked about the percentages. That's pretty straightforward. And then there's just the integrity policy and some other things down here. Okay, read those, but you can read those on your own. You don't need me to read them to you. Now, the heart of the paper is back on the home page. If you want a written copy of the syllabus, there's one here, and there's also one here that you can do and get down for that. All right, but to get to the actual work, okay, these buttons are here. Now, you can go to modules over here and click on it, but it'll always take you to the front. When we get down to chapter 6, for example, or unit 6, you may just want to go here, and it'll take you directly to that particular unit. Okay, so it will take you to unit 6. Say you want to be there. All right. Let's go scroll back up to the top. There's some introduction materials you need to do. One, introduction. You just tell me a little bit about yourself. Get that done. It's really easy, 5 points. There's an academic integrity policy, which basically says I promise not to cheat, an online student statement, that I promise not to use the internet to cheat, and some things like that. Do those very quickly, 5 points out of 5 points. You know, hey, just a good start there. Okay, unit 1. Okay, for every chapter, unit will start off with some notes, either as a Word document or PDF, whichever you prefer. Okay, and if you click on that, then it will take you to those. And like I said, as you can see, they're kind of an outline, but just kind of give you a guideline of some of the important stuff. But they're definitely not notes that you can just look at and go straight from them. Okay. Let me get back up here where it was. Okay. There will be video lectures for each one. This is the lectures. They're usually about 15 minutes long. All right. That way, if you fall asleep in the middle of it, you don't have to backtrack a lot to try to figure out where you fell asleep at. Hopefully you can get through 15 minutes without falling asleep. We'll see. All right, there's a couple of different worksheets here you need to do. This one, examples of bad science worksheet. You will come over here, you will watch a video right there, and then you will use this handout to answer some questions that are down here below it. Okay, now you can either download it as a Word document and type it up there and then resubmit it, or you can type in your answers down here. I believe it'll let you do that. All right, so either way, it's just up to you, whichever's easiest for you. Going back to our thing, there's like I said, the first chapter is kind of different because it has some extra things. There's something called carrots worksheet, a reading the trouble, and then a video you watch with Trouble of Science. Once you get all that done, then you'll be ready to take the quiz. Okay, generally speaking, say we have class on Tuesday, the worksheets and or questions will be due by that Saturday. Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, you can take a quiz on that chapter, and brain just went dead, and that will be it. Now, on the test weeks, okay, for exam 1, 2, 3, and 4, on those weeks, starting on that Monday of that week to Thursday of that week, you will have to take that test. If you want to get it done quick, if you want to wait till Thursday night at 10:30, okay, but don't wait till 11:30 because it's usually 50 to 70 questions. You don't want to run out of time. Okay, that's basically the setup there. All right, once we get past chapter 1, then it gets to a little more of a routine. You'll have the notes, outlines. You will have the lecture videos. All right. You will not have the lecture and demos on there. Okay. That will not be on there. But there will be lab questions. Okay. The lecture and demos is what we'll do in class. All right. And then you will do these questions. Now they're called lab questions. They have to do with the lab and demos, lecture demos, but they also have to do with the other lectures. So you'll need all of that to answer those. Okay. But they are counted under the 25% lab grade, and that's why they are called lab questions. Okay. And then you'll have your quiz. Okay. And that's pretty much the same setup for almost all of these. Okay, very little changes. You get to exam number 1, then you'll be ready to take that. Now, one thing about that, the lab questions are graded primarily as a completion grade. I want you to think about it, do your best work on it. Now, if you did it, you get credit for doing it. But before you take the quiz, you may want to check your answers. Okay, and so on the home page, down at the bottom below all the chapters, there is one that says study materials / exams. If you click on that, it will say here's the study materials for exam number 1. Okay, on Sundays, since the questions are due on Saturday, I will post these on Sunday. Okay, and I will have answers here. You can click on it, check the answers, check it with what you got, and that way actually see if you got them right. Okay, now just for the record, the quiz is open on Saturday. So if you're pretty sure you got everything right, you're good, feel good about it, you can go ahead and take the quiz before I even post these on Sunday. Okay, but if you want to check your answers and make sure everything you're thinking is right and stuff, I recommend that, and those will be available here. So that you just go to the home page, and from there, look for the exam / study materials. Okay. There's also a click here for the articles, which, like I said, we'll do later. I believe it's October 13th is when your first one is due. There'll be about rockets, and there'll be another one that's due, I believe, November 30th, and that will be about microwaves. Now, there is a third one, which is optional, and it is about cold, and this will be an extra credit. If you look at the paper, it will say it's for 0 points, which just means all the points you get will be extra. So it is an extra credit one, and we'll talk more about that later. But that's just kind of basically how it's set up, okay, and how to maneuver the web page. And so hopefully by tomorrow will be Monday, and you will be able to look this up on your own and not have to listen to me talk about it. All right, but this just kind of gets you familiar with it. If, like I said, anytime you have any questions, you can always email me and let me know what those are, and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. All right, I'm looking forward to having a great year. Welcome to Physical Science 1415, and it's all about physics. See you soon.